Well, good day, viewers. Welcome to 284 Media. I'm your host, Kamal Haynes, and today we have yet another special interview. As you can see, we are on the outside again, on the outdoors, basically. And today we're interviewing the 3x3 women's basketball team that will be traveling to the Commonwealth Games in the coming days. Viewers, this is history for the BVI once again, as this particular team is the first ever team, basketball team that is to be traveling to a Commonwealth Games from the BVI. We get to those interview after a quick word from our sponsors.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Welcome back, viewers. As promised, we have at least two of the athletes that will be traveling on behalf of the BVI basketball team, 3x3 team. We have on my right, Shalik Kwafoy, and on my left, Ms. Michaela Pickering. Firstly, welcome and thank you so much for joining us here. And as we do know, we are here right now at the Bellevue basketball court as you guys are practicing. So I will start with Ms. Foy. Firstly, obviously you're part of history. How does that feel?
Well, it's something good. It's a good feeling, to be representing a BVI. Post on the map. Feel good. It's a good feeling.
And what about you, Ms. Pickering?
Will you repeat the question?
In terms of how do you feel about, obviously being part of history, representing the territory as the first 3x3 basketball team from the BVI to be participating in the Commonwealth Games?
Well, it's always something exceptional to be the first, to be honest.
And just a follow-up question to, being selected firstly, how was that in terms of that feeling after you would have been announced of you representing the territory? Was it expected when it was announced that a team would be going?
It wasn't expected, mainly because personally I feel like they already gave up on us in female basketball. So it really shocked me, to be honest, that them just bring us back. I'm ready to get back here.
And I'll pass on that question to Ms. Foy as well, because I want to get back to that topic too, because that's very critical when it comes to women's basketball in the territory. And as you said, you would have originally felt as though, they would have given up on women's basketball, and now, they would have thrown this particular initiative in you guys' path to be, to continue the development of basketball. So I just want to know firstly to Ms. Foy, when that announcement was made that a team would be going, did you expect that you would be part of the team?
Kinda-ish. But I would have to put in a work just like everybody else to be selected. And so I did, and I was selected for both Guadalupe and now Commonwealth.
And I'll get back to that too, because as you were history also in the first ever team that was participating in the inaugural Caribbean Games as well. You guys had the first game was extremely tight, and the other games were competitive as well. I want to speak to that too. Does that experience from that first game motivate you ahead of the coming days when you guys are set to participate and compete at the Commonwealth Games?
Yes, it motivates me because we was the smallest team, and bigger teams and us, we give competition too. So I don't expect nothing less. Fight, because all of us got heart. I know that. We don't fight, play to win. Have fun most importantly.
And back to you, Ms. Pickering. I know you're a little distance from me. We can come a little closer just for the camera's purposes. I know in terms of you just hit a nail on the head when it comes to your expectations when it comes to women's basketball after being quote-unquote neglected over the last few years. Obviously, you're seeing more being done now when it comes to women's basketball. Speak about that now in terms of that feeling now, the direction that you see this going.
Well, honestly, for me, because I haven't played basketball in a good while, it's a very exciting feeling, and I was unable to go to the Guadalupe trip for personal reasons, but I wanted to, honestly. And this one really had me excited, and I don't know how to talk about it. Yeah.
Well, I know, as you said, you're basically lost for words when it comes to this particular instance now. And as you said, you wanted to travel in the first team that would have been representing the territory in the inaugural Caribbean Games, but now you have that particular opportunity now. How has training been? How's the body feeling? How confident are you ahead of these games?
I'm 100% confident, mainly because we honestly have been putting in a lot of the work, and body-wise, diet-wise, feeling amazing.
And any little, what's your strength when it comes to this version of basketball? What's your strength, and what have you been working on to improve ahead of the games?
Well, I've been dunking lately, joking, man. But shooting, I've been working a lot on my shooting, and that's my strength. Defense as well.
And I'll pass on that same question to Ms. Foy. How have you been feeling ahead of the games? What have you been working on? How have practice been for you? And what are you expecting ahead of those games coming in the next few days?
Me, I like to shoot, so it's my shot I was working on. Well, just trying to get in shape and, fight for whatever. That's what it is. But my shot mostly is what I'm working on.
And I see Coach here working you guys extremely hard, ensuring that you get, the last set of practice in before the flight to the UK. Speak about that too in terms of the drills you guys has been doing. Any improvements you would have seen in between the inaugural Caribbean Games and now?
Yeah, we gain a little more time together, so we gain the hang of, the spacing, screen and roll, half screen. We gain the hang of it. I think this time it's gonna be a better time around.
And in terms of, I'm not sure if you guys would have had any time to research any of the opponents that you will be coming up against. Any of the teams that you guys are looking out for in terms of, okay, well, I know I have to put in this particular type of work because this particular team may have somewhat of a player or two that you guys would have been hearing around, obviously in this sport?
I'm not sure about all the teams that we're playing, but I could surely tell you that I'm ready. And I know that my team ready as well.
Okay. And what about you? Have you been eyeing, is there any person that you may be familiar with that have been selected for another team that you guys will be playing against?
Me, no. I just focus on us. And once we willing to fight and work, ain't no team I worried about like that. Okay. I just know the bigger, but ain't no team I worried about.
And that speaks volume because ultimately you're showing confidence, and you're focusing on, on the team aspect of it. Now, this is my final question regarding this now. How have you guys been gelling as a team? How would you say you guys have been gelling as a team?
Well, we all know each other, so it's just to get accustomed to what we're running. But we all know each other, we all familiar with each other, so everything going good. It's all good over here.
Okay, sounds good. And what about you, Ms. Pickering? I just would have asked your colleague just now in terms of how you guys are feeling as a team. How are you feeling now in terms of your part and your role in obviously uniting the team and making and adding your skill set and obviously your talent to the team?
Well, as she said, we all know each other. We've been playing for years on the same team, so coming back on the court is just like how we did it before. The team chemistry is there. And now that we're older and have more grown thinking, everything is coming to us easier.
And any final words for, anyone looking on your family, your biggest supporter, any final words for them?
Big up my mother. And my father and my brother. My entire family, I know I yourself and I know I forever in my heart.
Okay. That's so nice. And what about you, Ms. Foy? Any final words for the persons looking on, maybe family, friends, etc.?
Well, whoever cheering on for us, thank you. And good luck to us.
Okay, great. Well, viewers, there you would have heard from Miss Shalik Kofoy and Miss Michaela Pickering, two of the members that are traveling on behalf of the territory to represent in the 3x3 basketball team that will be traveling to the Commonwealth Games in the coming days. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we return, we'll have two other members that would have been selected for the team to basically speak about their journey.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Well, welcome back, viewers. As promised, I have with me two other members of the 3x3 basketball team that will be representing the British Virgin Islands. On my right, I have Miss Catrice Smith, and on my left, I have Miss Joy Victor. Firstly, welcome. Thank you so much for your time, for obviously joining me here. I want to start with Miss Smith. I know you would have came all the way from Virgin Gorda. I know obviously in terms of training with the team, considering you're the only one from this particular team from VG, it must be difficult. Speak to that as firstly.
It ain't been difficult because this ain't my first time, but this is something that I've been doing, so it's like a continuous, usual thing for me.
Mm. And in terms of, I would have asked your colleagues before in terms of being selected, did you expect you would have been selected for this particular team? And also, how does it feel to be part of history, being, the first BVI team, 3x3 women's basketball to be representing at the Commonwealth Games?
Well, it's a fuss for everything, but as I say, being a part of the first team is what you call an honor, I guess, and we going out here and we going to do our best for the first time.
And were you expecting to be selected when they would have made the announcement that they would be sending a team to the Commonwealth Games?
Not really. I mean, I've been playing basketball, and I guess they just see something that, they like. So I'm ready to represent my country. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now to Ms. Victor, obviously we'll pass on the same questions to you as well. Obviously you're a very confident person in yourself, personally knowing. But, how, in terms of when they made the announcement of a Commonwealth team, what were the thoughts that were going through your head? And also did you expect selection?
I honestly really wanted to be a part, so I did my part of working out hard, showing them my talent and so on. And did I expect to be selected? Honestly, I did expect to be selected because honestly, I've been working hard my whole life. And if they didn't see that, I would have been shocked, So, yeah.
Okay, she would have been shocked. So, also in terms of practicing and training and stuff, as I would spoke to Miss Smith and Miss Pickering, they would have been telling me in terms of they've been getting the work in and gelling together as a team. Speak about that as well.
Yeah, we really just try our best to find time for all of us to be on the court at the same time. It is hard, in that one of us is on VG and then others have a walk and others own businesses. So it's like to get us on the court at the same time is awesome. So we just take advantage of that time, and we think we got enough time to get on the court to actually play well together as a team. So I think we're confident in that part where we could actually make some plays and actually know where each other is on the court. So we're good, and we're good on that part.
Mm-hmm. And I also want to ask you this, you both this question too. I know Ms. Pickering would have alluded to it, in terms of a situation where, she would have felt that, firstly she said she would have been surprised of a team being selected to go to Commonwealth Games, considering of the lack of support when it comes to female basketball in the territory. I want to speak about that as well. How has it been in terms of, over the last few years when it comes to the developmental aspect of female basketball in the territory?
It's something that I personally have been fighting for recently, now that I'm back from school and so forth. But it's been like an on and off thing where the sport isn't always there. It's like we kind of have to fight for it, and we have to show we deserve the support and so forth. And honestly, on my part, is doing my part by reaching out to girls, telling them, hey, come on the court. Someone is actually interested in coaching us now. And I just do my best. But honestly, I think we need more than that, more than me and more than just one coach or two coaches. We need, well, it's happening now. We're getting that exposure now. And as one of my coaches said, we just need to come back with a W to show them, that's what it's going to take. But I just hope that's not only what it takes, and we're going to get that continual support in the female basketball area, you know.
That sounds good. And what about your experience, Catrice, in terms of, women's football in the territory? Basketball in the territory. I was a little sidetracked by this jersey, looking at the jersey, Arsenal, But when it comes to women's basketball in the territory, speak about your experience in terms of seeing that developmental process and where you think it's at right now.
Well, honestly, I personally feel like they have a lot of work to be done, because female basketball ain't something that's big in the Virgin Islands. Yeah, we have females that play basketball, but the support system for the females and the basketball ain't like nothing that's together, Well, the females need more support when it comes to the basketball. They need more exposure, more, just more everything, because when it comes to female basketball, they just tend to like brush it off the shoulder and that's it. But you really have girls out here that can play ball and can represent the country and can do this thing for real. But it's the support. Just support is all we need, and that's it.
And it's good that you mentioned that in terms of support being all you need. So speak to the magnitude of a team being sent, the first ever BVI team to be sent to basketball, women's team to be sent to Commonwealth Games. Speak to what this could mean for the future of women's basketball in the territory.
This could mean a lot. This is like the foundation. You got the first team going, maybe we could get a second team going, a third team going. We could get a better version on the map for female basketball. As long as we continue this, keep it going, We can't just start now, finish now, like finish later. We have to, it's a continuous thing. You just got to keep going, keep playing ball. And I could see us get somewhere for real.
And what about you, Miss Victor? Speak about that as well in terms of what a team of such being sent to the Commonwealth Games could mean for the future of women's basketball in the BVI.
Honestly, I think firstly, letting girls see, little girls especially, seeing us reach so far and they're like, wow, I could actually take up this sport, inspiring the young ones to actually know that they can play basketball as well, and then letting others know that we can do it. Once they see us, the real people, the people that fund, the people that actually, we need their support. Once they see us on the TV, seeing our talent, they can really be inspired and say, wow, we actually got it. And we actually do got it. So I hope they pay attention,
Okay, great. And in terms of preparations going forward now ahead of the Commonwealth Games, how, firstly, are you feeling, Ms. Victor? Obviously, trials and tribulations I'm sure you would have been through. How is the body feeling? What extra work have you been doing to ensure you're sharp and ready ahead of the games?
Yeah, I did take a week off recently. I had a little injury in my leg, but now that I'm back, I'm doing more than 1 time a day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day on the court, as much as I can to get to where I need to be. I'm confident that, I'm going to show off when I go over there. I'm not going to be timid or anything. I'm going to be confident. These girls are helping me, the girls that are by my side, to keep me confident on the court, and I know they have my back as well. So I am excited to see what we have to show out there for you guys.
And anything in particular you've been working on to ensure that you're extremely sharp ahead of the games?
Definitely, my shot. I'm always good at getting it to the rim and so forth, but I think I want to add more shooting into my game, more pull-ups and so forth. And I think I'm getting there. My coach, Shaq, is really helping me one-on-one, and I'm confident I'm going to be able to put it in one of those games over there in the Commonwealth,
And what about you, Ms. Smith? Obviously you've been putting in the work as well. Speak to that, and firstly, in terms of the work you've been putting in, and how confident ahead are you ahead of the games?
Well, I've been playing basketball for a while now. Every time I hit the court, I always got the confidence. Every time me personally, when I hit the court, I want to win it. Check. I here for it. No, we try to eat food. That's what we come to do. We come to eat food. So. Tell them. Personally, I feel like we're ready. My confidence is here. I know we're playing against teams that's been doing this. They have a better foundation. That's just facts, personally. But we here to, as I say, we here to eat food. We come to compete, and that's what we're gonna do. Compete.
So since I'm with you, any final words for those persons that are supporting you, maybe family members, friends, etc.? Any final words for them?
Personally, just watch us live on Facebook. That's all I could do anyways. But, you know, we'll take the support on Facebook, even though you can't be there physically, you know. But Facebook is good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all we need, honestly. That's...
Okay. And what about you, Miss Victor? Any final words for the family, friends, and stuff that are supporting you from a distance, that are supporting you here every single day? Any final words for them?
Oh, definitely. I want to shout out my mommy. Mommy, I love you. I love you so much. If it wasn't for you, I want to eat every day. Let me stop. Shout out to Rayon, my sister, hey, and my other family members. Rhonda, I love you. I love all of my... If it wasn't for them, honestly, I wouldn't even be here on this call today. They help me to get where I need to get to every day. And I'd also like to shout out to my people in Canada. I'll be there visiting you again, going back to school soon. So all of this is just preparation to get back to college as well. So shout out.
Okay, thank you so much. Viewers, you would have heard it from Miss Smith and Miss Victor, to the other persons that basically make up the four-member team that will be traveling to Birmingham in Commonwealth Games in the coming days. We'll take another quick break. When we return, we'll have coach with us, as well as a member of the inaugural Caribbean Games team who's here as well.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What's your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hot. I watching ball. I even watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Well, welcome back, viewers. As promised, I have with me Mr. Coach Eric Matthias, as well as Kiara Woodley, who would have been part of the inaugural Caribbean Games team. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Firstly, I'll first start with Kiara. Firstly, I know you're not part of the team that's going to Commonwealth Games, but you were part of the team that would have traveled to Guadeloupe as part of the BVI team in the inaugural Caribbean Games. I obviously want you first to speak about that experience in terms of what that would have meant to you.
First off, it was great. First off, playing with my team, the bond that we have, the unity that we had, going there, playing against other different Caribbean teams, it was an experience, and learning. I've came out learning that, you know, we have to play as one. Everywhere we go, we have to play as one.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of, obviously, I know, despite the fact that you're not part of the Commonwealth team, you're still training here with the girls and you've been working extremely hard. Speak about that behind-the-scenes work that you've been putting in.
I mean, you know, I believe that my time will come soon. Even though I didn't get picked for the Commonwealth Games, I'm still out here grinding, doing my best, and you never know, like, I might be able to get a different opportunity to showcase my talent. Thank you for everyone that believed, and I mean, my coach, he still got me out here pushing myself, and I know that my time will come very soon.
And also too, before you get the coach, I know I would have spoke to your colleagues as well, and they would have been talking about the development of women's basketball in the territory and how they would have felt, you know, over the years that it was being neglected. Now they would have seen, you know, such tournaments as the inaugural Caribbean Games, now the Commonwealth Games, having a team. How do you feel now in terms of you're seeing a national team being developed basically to represent, you know, the territory at that level? What does that mean for women's basketball in the territory?
You know, I once had a thought in my head that, you know, it kind of was too late. But, you know, looking back, I feel as if, you know, people on the sidelines, they know that there's young ladies out here that, you know, have a passion for basketball. And I feel that now it's not over, and that us girls, you see us out here grinding. I know that for sure we're gonna, I don't know, get to the next step. You never know. For now, the Commonwealth Games is our next major goal, and I know that I believe in the girls, and I know that they're gonna come back, and we might say we at least win one game. That's a goal that I aspire them to reach. So as for now, the BVI basketball female team, it's not over yet, and I thank everyone that picked back up the stall that was put down, and BVI basketball women's team is back.
Great, and it's important that you touch on that too, because ultimately, even the younger generation in primary school or whatever the case, they may be looking onto you guys. You may not be aware, but these persons may be looking onto you guys, and they may be young persons as such that are interested in getting involved in the sport. And obviously, by seeing you guys excel at the national level and making a national team and seeing that particular development, may then be motivated to be part of the team. What do you say to those young children, those young girls in primary school, and that are interested in getting involved in the sport?
I mean, for me, I also started at your level, so I know what it may take. Even though you might not be good at the game right now, it takes dedication, it takes time, it takes patience to come and improve your game. So as for right now, the younger ones, I encourage you to, talk to someone. If you have a passion for basketball, talk to someone that can put you onto the court and give you a basketball in your hand. And you never know, you can come out and ask for me. And for sure, I am definitely willing to help and, get the BVI women basketball going.
Okay, great. And now to Coach Matthias, obviously you are a major role in these women's teams. Speak firstly in terms of the skill set that you would have been coaching and nurturing in terms of preparations for the Commonwealth Games.
In terms of skill set and development, I totally believe in a well-rounded athlete. Some people, when it comes to women's basketball, they train the girls, women different. I don't see men or women, I see a player. That's the first thing. For the girls, I try to think, I've played international basketball before, so I try to think of ways that, let's try to catch other teams off guard. One thing around the BVI, we've always been smaller, so on the men's side, being 6'6", I'm a guard in the States. So I'm accustomed to looking at guys 6'8", 6'10", 7 foot. Whereas now, as on the island, we got girls. All of these girls are guards, guard height. So we gotta be able to use our skills in terms of being able to be in better shape, passing about. I like to say pace and space, right? Move the ball, pass and cut, get open opportunities, second chance opportunities. Communication on the court is big. Hitting open shots, finding spots and angles on the court, and those are the things that I've been working on with the girls since they actually came back from Guadeloupe.
And speak about some of the terms of some of the perks that you would have seen as well. In terms of some of the, different girls obviously have different skill sets. Some girls are stronger in some areas than others. Speak about some of the good things that you would have seen through some of the practices since the Caribbean Games.
In terms of all girls here?
Yes, in terms of the team that you have that is training basically ahead of the Commonwealth Games.
We've been able to get to the gym a couple of times. Not everybody, but a couple of girls were interested and came and put in a good 90 minutes of strength training. We did some running. Most of the work has been done on the court. I've seen major improvement in spacing of the floor, better passing, and also shooting. Like you said, even though Miss Woodley didn't get a chance to make the team, she's been one of the most consistent, and she has been knocking down shots consistently over the last 3 weeks. I had a walkout session with Jar this morning. We walked on some post moves. I noticed her footwork was off. No one ever taught her how to use her feet in the paint. We had a very good session this morning. Tomorrow morning will be the same thing. Kitrice, ball handler out of VG. We're trying to get her to use her speed and quickness and also knock down the middle three. We got Michaela out there. That's the shooter. Once she get daylight, knock down shots. So those are things that I've noticed that we were lacking. Well, they were lacking at Guadeloupe. I wasn't there as the coach, but I was able to get some free time from track and field and lend a hand with the team. So those are things that I made some notes, and I was like, okay, well, if I get a chance to help or even coach them, then those are things that I would implement. So far the plan has been working, right? Today we had 6 of us, including myself, playing, working on the same things, and like I said, I'm happy with a lot of things that we've been working on recently.
Okay, great. And I also want you to touch on, as I would have spoken to the players in terms of the development of women's basketball in the territory. I also want you to touch on that because I think it was Miss Pickering who would have brought it up first in terms of being shocked when it was announced that a team would be going to the Commonwealth Games, furthermore the inaugural games. In terms of, she would have said, in her opinion, she thought that they had given up on women's basketball. No, by announcing such a team, it obviously sets a precedence in terms of, more motivation for more to be done in the territory when it comes to women's basketball. So speak about women's basketball presently in the territory and the present stage it's at, and what more can be done to get women's basketball to the stage where it's at in terms of other countries that are participating.
Okay, that one there really is a loaded question and answer because 2016, I actually coached the majority of these girls for 5-on-5 basketball. We went to Guyana. We went to a tournament in Guyana, and we brought back the 4th bronze medal to the country. Now, I myself, being in coaching and sports performance and development for so long, I actually had a 4-year plan for these girls leading up to the previous Olympics. Alma came, did her thing. So the girls that were here, I said, look, if y'all can go to the States or go wherever, go ahead, because y'all developed at a good place now where y'all need to just continue playing basketball. And right now, we didn't know what we were doing at the point. Now, fast forward, I was away from coaching basketball for a while. I was focusing on track and field and other things. Now I have time, and I'm actually getting back into the full thing of swings and coaching. Really have a passion for girls because, to be honest, I don't feel the respect is put on women's basketball. You walk into a gym, everybody want to coach boys, and when you're coaching boys, from my experience, they all feel they know. You can't tell them nothing. You understand? So, okay, y'all do that. I'm going to take my talents to an underdeveloped area that needs help. So that's where 100% of my focus is when it comes to basketball, women's development. Now, with that said, yes, I was also shocked that, they have a team going to the under-23s and then onto Commonwealth Games, right? The girls played well down there. As underprepared as they were, they are ball players. They have some sort of IQ about the game and experience. So they were able to draw on some of those experiences and the 1 or 2 sessions I had with them, along with Joy, that was the captain and coach. And they were still able to show some progress. A lot of goodness, a lot of things that could be worked on and developed. Now, like I said, moving forward to Commonwealth, I saw what other teams are doing. I saw what they are doing, what they could be better at, and we came and we started implementing it. You guys caught some film earlier. That was the best spacing and ball movement and passing and easy buckets that we've had in a while, and we all agreed and loved it. In terms of moving basketball forward, it starts from the top down so that we can build from the ground up. So Olympic Committee, Basketball Federation, private entities, public entities, whoever, if you're on board, you're on board. But I know, like these girls know I got their back and they got my back. So now that I back with these girls, ain't no stopping.
Great. That's a very excellent response as well. And as you did address in terms of, there's a plan out there in terms of how women's basketball can be pushed to the next level in the territory. So what I would ask now in terms of, obviously you did say, you would have seen the team develop in terms of over the last 3 weeks, since you would have been basically putting on your touches and stuff. How confident are you in terms of the girls executing, the plan when it comes to arriving in Birmingham and participating in the Commonwealth Games?
I'm confident. I think it will be a solid and a good showing as long as we continue practicing and getting repetitions mentally and physically on the plan and the goal itself. Like Kiara said, winning one game or being in the running, being in the nitty-gritty, being in the fight for one game, I think it's possible. Execution. once we go get on and execute, one thing I noticed with these girls, the beginning of most games, they'd be a little nervous. And then they'd be like, okay, let's go. They'd catch themselves and then they'd bounce back. So if that's what I've seen all the time. So I'm trying to get ahead of the curveball. Let's try to hit first. Like I said, as a country, in track and field and basketball, those are the two sports that have represented the territory in. We smaller, but guess what? At the end of the day, the BVI always defending. Whether it's basketball, track and field, down to volleyball, softball, them always defending. So it's just that it goes back to foundation, fundamentals, programs. We got to get programs in place so that it's not a last minute, okay, I'm going to pick 3 from over here and 3. Nah, I always believe you need at least 3 months to prepare for a tournament. But then how are you going to take 3 months to prepare for a tournament if you do not get the information from the federation or association? You know, all my years of playing sports is always a last minute something, and to be frank, I'm tired of it. It's stupidness. Let's do better. Let's prepare ourselves so that all athletes can represent the country and put our best foot and product forward.
Okay, excellent response as well. Back to you, Ms. Wesley. Firstly, obviously, you did touch on the sport in terms of your passion, etc. Any final words you would like to leave for those persons who've been supporting you, from day one, and as well as encouraging words for the team as they get ready to head off to Birmingham to compete in the Commonwealth Games?
First off, I would like to thank my parents, for always, believing in me and allowing me to go out and showcase, not just in basketball, but softball and soccer. I've represented nationally in different sports, and I just want to thank everybody. Also, the man up above, I would like to thank you. I would like to thank God. To these girls, I would like to thank them for, trusting in me as their teammate, representing in Guadeloupe. We had a immaculate bond, and that, to me personally, that stuck us together, and we came up with a fight. We lost our games, but we fought with everything that we had in us. So thank you to the BVI for believing in us as a team, and we have more to do, and this is just a start.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ms. Woodley. And finally, Coach, in terms of any final words for those persons that, obviously would have been supporting the women's team from day one, and, the family, parents, etc., who are cheering on the team ahead of the Commonwealth Games?
Boy, just thanks. Really and truly, I know there are people that support it, there are some that are against it, but at the same day, it's the BVI. If you have a child, a cousin, a niece, a nephew, a daughter, whoever, support them, support us. That's all we want, because at the end of the day, when 4, 5, 6 of us leave here, we wearing one flag on our backs and across our chests. So all we're asking for is support, not only when we do good. We need the support from the beginning, when we don't have, when we need. You understand what I'm saying? And the only how we're going to be able to really get up there, and we could have multiple Karen McMasters, multiple Chantel Malones, multiple Gums, twins, brothers and sisters, multiple Dion Krabs, all of the great athletes we had or have out there still, Eldred Henry, Elena Phillips, the lady out there swimming. We need the support from the bottom when we don't have anything at all. You know what I mean? You can't come and say, yeah, BVI, when we do something great. Nah, what happened to the ice baths? What happened to the massage therapy? What happened to the psychologists, all of them things we need. You know what I mean? Strength and conditioning. Once in a week massage therapy, it's not going to hurt. Those are the things that we need all across the board in all of our sports for us to be able to really lift this country and participate where I feel we can.
Okay, great. Viewers, I want to thank Coach Matthias and obviously Ms. Woodley for joining us, and the whole team would have joined us today for this very special interview. On behalf of 284 Media, we want to wish that team all the best. Obviously it's representing the territory. I'm sure you, the viewers, and you, the BVI, would obviously be backing the team 100%. So until next time, I'm Kamal Haynes. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.